Hey guys, welcome back to the Republic. Hope you're having a great day. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do for this video. It's taken me a while. I'm trying to figure out what the focus is and things. You know, when we start to record videos, we kind of want to have some kind of focus. We don't want to be all over the place, and it doesn't always go as planned. But at least every time I start a recording, I want to have at least something I'm focusing on. The oil field is progressing decently. There's a lot of pipes underground that are done. Most of the helicopters are handling the pipes and all the activation work and things like that. We are almost ready to start pumping oil over here, but we need power. So I have set plans in motion, if you will, to have 6 wind turbines placed in a row over here. And probably have 6 more as time goes on, and we need to start powering like a civilization over here. I've also been looking at this area, right? And as you know, we have a rail that goes underneath the water to come this way, and that's fine. But we don't have any way for people to drive their cars over here. And I've been thinking, all this stuff really could be getting done faster if this construction office, which is mostly sitting on its ass with very old vehicles, mind you, incredibly worn down, beat up vehicles that are just not getting taken care of. I think the next step is to at least get a little town going over here, either on this side or this side. And I think I'd prefer it to be on this side. But if they're on this side, it still needs a way to drive over here a little bit faster. We have this road, and it comes up to meet here, and then it goes along the coastline right here. But at the moment, they get over there by going all the way down over here and then just crossing here with this dirt road. It's a very long process. It's really, really ridiculous. So I'd like to create, I think, an underground tunnel here too. And I've got the highways, getting done here all the way up to here. We're going to eventually have a roundabout situation going on right about here. And then we'll probably have a tunnel that takes people over on this side too. But maybe not. I don't know. I haven't really decided how I want roads or even how I want a town over here yet, because most of my planning has been taking place over here, but it's just not ready for it. I need more stuff. I need more stability to be able to do this over here. At least as far as I'm concerned, I need to have local population over here being able to fix things constantly, because all of this stuff has just been getting paid for. I've been replacing these things with money, and it's working. It's okay, but it's expensive, right? How's this thing getting done, right? We take this vehicle and we come over here and we're like, hey, you should drive, or where is it? Right over here. You should drive here to go get fixed. And that's kind of how I've been doing it. I've been like, hey, vehicles that are, getting really close to that time, 80%, 90%. How about we get you guys to come on over and just sit here and get repaired? And then I have to, tell them where to go from there. I'd rather not do that. So I'm kind of thinking about how I want to form this. And in any case, I think right here would be a good spot for an underground tunnel. And if I line it up with this, it might look pretty clean, because this has the right angle for a rail, and that's probably a gentle enough angle for cars as well. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Before I do that, though, I wanted to show you some things we're working on. And it's really just about planning for the future and the amount of traffic we're going to have in the future. We got some right-hand turn lane stuff going on over here to bring, this around so people can bypass the roundabout in this direction. We're not going to have that in this side because of the prison. So I don't know how that's going to work out, but it's fine. There's also going to be, I think, this is getting torn down. We're getting demolition on this road because it's a little bit too far out. You'll see by the shape of this road later that I think it's just going to be better if this is pulled back. That way I can curve that direction just a little bit more. We can curve that way. And eventually what it does is it connects this roundabout over here to this roundabout over here. All right. So these two things need to be connected. And the way this road is right now, it's just not angled correctly. So we're going to have to do that too. We're doing the same thing over here. I've got right-hand turn lanes coming in here with a road that's being expanded out to this point. And then we're going to talk about probably next video after that, we're going to talk about the traffic layout for Charlevance North as it pertains to the future of everything. So this road's going to come out to about here. and then it'll work its way up from there. So anyway, there's a lot of road stuff happening on this side of town as well. We're also paving the highway over here by, I guess, the main rail line here. And while we're paving this highway, to get the cars to move faster all the way out to this point, I'm noticing, because we have an increase in the number of trains now, right? We have trains that are originating from here, and also these ones here that, these things bring things to this side, and these things take things and bring them back to this side. So that we've increased the number of trains in this way, and I'm worried that this is going to lead to a lot of trains having to sit around and not doing a whole lot. And that was the whole point behind having this extra route here, was so that trains had an alternative route. But I worry that it's a little too out there, right? They're not choosing to use it because they're still thinking this is the shortest route, and it kind of is. But one thing I'm looking at the possibility of, because that alternative route isn't really as effective as I thought it would be, mostly I think because of the distance, and it's still going to be very useful. We have lots of stuff that's going to be going through here. But I'm looking at like the possibility of a bypass, right? How do we get around all of this? Because this route right here comes all the way around. It's still dropping them off here. It's not allowing them to get past this point. This point right here is kind of a choke point for trains. And so I've been thinking about it, and I'm thinking maybe the tunnel is still an idea. And I can't decide if it should be over here. That way they'd have to come this way and then over, which is fine because we're not using this rail very much, right? This one's used a lot more. So I could have them turn right here and then enter a tunnel maybe here and then come straight this way and end up in here, right? And then they can go. So I've been looking at that. There's really no way to get a tunnel from this side through this mountain and have it come into here nicely. This is too congested. Speaking of this area, and not really congestion here, but we're still filling up on metal scrap. I keep having to build these stupid things, and I don't like that. I'm really trying to get rid of that. And in order to do that, I've got to get rid of the storage that's built up here. I need to watch these trucks and watch them empty. Oh, you are in desperate need of attention as well, aren't you? All right, I'm gonna have you come all the way over to there as well to get repaired, and it's gonna take you a while. I'm building a second technical service office so I can have even more of these garbage trucks with the large containers. I don't think we have enough of them, judging by the fact that this stuff is all very full, and this one, we have these trucks, but these guys can only take one bin at a time, right? So I need a lot more of these trucks around here. So I'm trying to get that going. But I need to watch them in emptying this, because this is still allowing metal scrap to be collected, and I don't want that. But I keep missing the drop-off. I can't do this. I can't remove the separation container while it still has stuff in it. It has to be absolutely empty. So I need to be looking at this when the truck is there and then pause it as soon as it's zero so that I can, actually go ahead and remove that from the mix and then just have nothing but mixed waste. All this stuff is still metal scrap coming in here, but I need it in mixed waste containers so it can end up on the train. And then we can sort that mixed waste over there and we get the metal scrap moving over that way. That's what I need to have happen. But until I can really sit around and do that, which is fascinating and as fun as that is for gameplay, it's not really all that great. So let me just maybe see if I can get you to come. I need to just keep an eye on this, and every time they leave to go get trash, I need to see this container right here, fill up and then get taken. So I've got an extra one here just in case, and I've been building these extra ones because we're filling them up. But more garbage trucks would be super helpful, because these guys don't necessarily empty this out very fast. They're really not getting it very fast at all. So yeah, just looking at that too. One other thing I wanted to do over here, in addition to maybe getting a tunnel, which if we were to do a tunnel, I suppose we could probably, talk about that and see what the possibilities are for that. I'd love it to be able to get into this rail. And so if we could maybe get that tunnel to where it would go and merge here, make this an intersection, that would be swell. And in order to do that, I'm going to have to get rid of this road and then, try to get this to match up in between like all the power lines and things like that. It's going to be a pretty big challenge, especially since the cableway is right here, and I don't know about the rail going underneath that cableway either, so we're gonna have to take a look at that. This intersection is also going to cross 3 tracks over here, so there's a lot of stuff to consider here, is what I'm saying. So one thing I'm trying to look at, like, where can it come in? And this is already like an intersection, right? There's signals, signals, signals. I'm wondering if maybe we could get it to come into here and then just kind of go that way on its merger and that way. Like, is there an intersection here that would make sense for trains so that they can get wherever they want to go really quickly? Over here seems like the natural fit, but we still don't have the tracks actually going down this direction, which means if the trains come from this side, they're still not going to be able to come through here. And that might be more, that might be a better fit, especially if they're trying to ship things to the border or something. You know, having to come through this area here sucks. Allowing them to bypass it entirely would be better. Now, of course, we could still have them go around the mountain, right? This track could go this way and then come around the mountain and meet up right here, which is kind of the intended purpose of this track anyway. It was going to come out this way and go that way. We could just have it also go that way too and go around the mountain, which would be, you know, I guess cheaper to produce. At this point, we're already this direction, so it would be cheaper to go that way. But then we don't get tunnels. No, I like tunnels. But it would be definitely cheaper. Why don't we think about that? Maybe the trains will do it. It's still longer distance too. They're going to have to go all the way around this. Still long distance compared to just being able to come straight through here. But it has the advantage of like keeping this area open. So, I mean, we can still use it, and then yeah, let's see if we can maybe pull this off a little bit. So we're gonna go electrified trains on the track building. I need to keep the track builders busy because they're not really doing anything right now. And so I think we come around this way, and let me just see which direction. Where are your things at? You're not gonna show me which side they're on. I want to know which side the catenaries are on. It's not showing me. It's silly. Why aren't you showing me? Oh, come on now. Don't do that. Well, all right, fine. You're not gonna show me. I'll do the regular track then. So if we have, it still actually needs to be flattened through here too. Yeah. We kind of need to flatten this, don't we? Like if we were to go kind of like this. That's probably as flat as we're going to get with the road being right there, but yeah. And then if we just kept that going, trying to flatten that out. I'm used to city skylines now with the terrain flattening that happens over there, where how it's basically instantaneous and free. I don't really have that here as much as I wish I did. Yeah, so we'll have it go like this, and then maybe we'll keep it going around this way. You know, we have to avoid that power line, so I guess we could raise the terrain from here. Maybe we just flatten it out from this. We can smooth it here. We can go downhill a little bit, right? No big deal. What does that look like when I place the rail like this? I mean, it looks fairly flat right now. But then it's going to have to come down. Let's say like this. We're going to wrap it that direction and over, right? So if we're doing that, although is that too sharp? Yeah, that's the water right there. So it does have to come around anyway. All right, so we'll try to wrap around from this point. We'll go around like this, I guess, with it. Is that too extreme? Does that look bad? For this game, it's not. You know, I don't know if it would be extreme in real life. Obviously, in real life, we want to keep our train tracks as flat as possible. But in this game, it's a lot more forgiving on that. And I think that's okay. It's still pretty dang steep right here, to be honest. But I did an okay job on smoothing that out. But if it went like this, right, and we came around, I know it's nighttime, but this would end up going straight that way and around. But it would also need to diverge here, and it would end up going all the way down this way. And then I guess it would have to curve some more, right? So it'd have to come around this way and then it would curve, and it would meet up with the train track over here. So somewhere around like this area is where we would have that junction. And that's kind of a bypass for all that busy stuff we're doing on that side, right? So I need to flatten this out too, because that's already elevated and nonsense like that. But the good news, I suppose, is that, well, that doesn't actually matter, does it? Whether this is level with that over there, because there's a lot of space that's not in between. So never mind. So something I'm thinking about, you know, bypassing this is where I kind of wanted to go there, and just to talk about that a little bit. This is going to happen anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and submit it. But I think one thing I can have the track builders do right now, and as risky as it is, and maybe I have to time it correctly, is to connect the electrical lines. I have electrified track pretty much connected. I don't have it connected from here over to here. So this part needs done, and that's going to shut down a lot of stuff. But we can also have this part done. So I have electrical line from here, electrical train, catenaries, whatever. I've got electrified rail stopping right about here at this signal, and it goes to this signal, right? But this doesn't have power because it's not connected on either that side or this side. And this is where the power is coming from. So that's why we have these big symbols. I'd like to get rid of all these big symbols, right? To kind of clean up the interface a little bit. And in order to do that, I have to connect it to power. So I suppose I could just hide those UI elements, but I don't want to because it's showing me that it's not connected to power. And it's a good thing to know, but if I can connect it, then I don't have to worry about it. So I think what I'll probably do here is just do it. Just shut down the whole thing and do it, right? But if I do that, I'm going to have trains complaining. So I think pick a side and do only that side for now. And then hopefully the trains will choose to use the bypass. So we're going to start with, I think, this one. I don't think anybody's coming this way right now. So you can start with this one. So let's just shut this whole thing down right here. All right. Now I think I got this one done already. Yep. So this one is going to be done now. And then we're probably just going to do it all right now. So we have that done, but that's not done. Shit. All right, we'll bring that out and over. You're not going to let me do it? Really? Yeah, all right, I'll just highlight it then. That's fine. So right there. So this side is done. This one needs to be done now. And then there's that one goes all the way around. Yep, so we're getting that one done. And then from there to there, and then that one. So this is what we're going to focus on now. Just this one side, allowing trains to get back from where they're coming from. But if they want to continue in that direction towards steel, they're going to have to take a left here to go that way to do it. All right. There is a path to get where you need to go. It doesn't shut down your route. It just takes you longer to get there. Unless I shut down both of these right now, which might be a problem, but I think I'd rather just do one side at a time, to be honest. So we're going to take our rail construction yard here, and I've got it limited to 100 people working here. I could probably, raise that to 200, although it'll take some stuff away from our other buildings, but we're doing pretty well on producing for the other buildings, so I'm all right with that. So we'll go to 200 workers. Remember, we have a lot more workers coming in here now because of the hill. All these workers that live on this hill, they are all making their way downtown, driving fast, and they're even walking fast to their workplace. And so we're going to say that we can probably do this a lot faster than before. So I want to have that one done. Please and thank you. All of this. I can't tell if... I guess you're selecting both of these, right? Yeah. There's like a section. You see how that's highlighting differently? I'm just making sure that that one's included in it. So it does look like it is. And then that one can't be accessed yet, but this one can. Because I guess you guys are going to go around the outside. I don't know how you're going to get to that one right now, but maybe I don't do that. Maybe we, you know what? Maybe we, it doesn't matter. Let the trains do what they're going to do. So trains are going to come out of here, and we're going to have lots of workers and stuff to start electrifying that train. I could, since there's really nothing about it, like it doesn't take that many trains to do this, and I have plenty of construction trains, right? So I also could have them work on this part, and it does look like they're probably on their way out to do this too. It's a real shame that I didn't get rid of that marker right there, because that's going to create 3 projects instead of 2, but it's fine. It's what it is. So if I speed up time right now, I kind of want to see what this does to our existing trains. This one can, of course, continue this way, but we're not going to have anything coming this direction. So everybody's got to deviate left to do that, unless you're one of the track builders. In this case, this track builder is going to go around to access this side. I'm not sure how they're going to do that, though. How are you going to Oh, you know what? I know what they're going to do. They're going to go like this, and then they're going to go back. Yeah. They'll go here, and then they'll stop right here, and then they'll go back, cross this, and then they'll head that way, and that's how they're going to get in there. Which I am... Actually, you don't even need to do that. You could stop here. Yeah. You could stop right here. You should have been able to, because then you can come out and cross right here to get on that track. But then you can't hit this. Yeah, you're going to have to hit this one, though. It's fine. We'll let them do it. It looks like they're going to take care of it. Yeah, this one's done. Okay. So now you can access this one very easily. Yeah, so anyway, like I was saying before, I'm trying to like figure out what I want to do for this video, like how do I focus on things. And to be honest, like I just need time. I just need things that are currently in progress to finish, right? So that I can focus on the next step of things and to have stability in things. And this is one of those times I think in the game where we can afford to slow things down a little bit. You know, our population is nearly doubled, you know, in the last 5 years. Pretty much. I mean, I was artificially keeping myself at, you know, around 20,000 or so. And that was 1994. And then I started to progress things. So I would say that was maybe 93. But our population is almost doubled in the last 5 years. And I think we can slow things down on that front just a little bit to just get a feel for where we are and what we need. And make sure that the workers and stuff are in the places they need to be. We're full on oil. It feels really good. How's my chemical places? Looking pretty dang good there too. Excellent. 60 workers in each one. At least we're trying to get 60 workers in each one. We're missing gravel in here now. That should be brought in on a truck, isn't it? I have an oil tanker right here doing its thing, but I think we have a truck route for gravel, don't we? That was the whole point. So we should. Right here. Now let's see where this guy is. Where is this truck right now? What are you doing right now? So you're going and getting more gravel? Okay, so you only have 4 tons of gravel left. That's not shabby, but I think this is number 4, isn't it? I think I want you to go to number 4. Hold on. This is number 4. It doesn't have any. This is number 3, and it doesn't have any either. So maybe 2 trucks on gravel here for chemicals. I'm noticing it's going to be quite a bit of a deficit here. As you start your route again, because you're not going to have any now, right? Yeah, so you're going to have to go and get more now, which means this isn't going to be producing. I think I need a second truck on this. Do we have any dumpers just sitting around in the repair area? No. We might have a dumper over here getting repaired on this side. Where is it? Right here. How many of these dumpers are even repaired? I mean, I just sent them here, so probably none. Yeah. All right. Well, I'll probably have to buy another one then. So this is an LZ100 dumper. I'm going to buy another one. We're going to go new vehicle, LZ100 dumper, just so I can keep them all together. This one right here. And I think this one's green, is it not? Yeah, green. So let's keep it green. This is the one with the trailer. Same thing here. 94,000 for that truck. Good God. I mean, if it keeps my chemicals going, I guess it's worth it. And this one's probably going to need repaired soon anyways at 47%. So we'll go ahead and purchase that. And then we're going to have to see where it's coming in at. Probably this border right here. Just double checking. There it is. And we'll have this route be applied to you and then have you go ahead and do that. Here we go. And then I can also... line spacing isn't going to be supported, but that's okay. At least you're going to get off and do what you're doing right there. There you go. All right, so trains going this way, building tracks. And did they electrify this? They did. So this is now done, wrapped around all the way through here. So let me just check now if, like, we already know this is all electrified because it's connected there, but we don't have it. Oh, we do. Yeah. All these symbols here is just the other side. So now we just need to do the other side. Okay. So checking trains, making sure we're not going to interfere with anybody. And then we want to get, like, looks like this one's already done. Yeah. All right. So that part's done. I just need to figure out where I ended. So it's right here is where I ended. So I need this side to be electrified. Boom. All right. We're going to shut that down. And now this side gets electrified. There we go. Perfect. All right. Just make sure that this office knows to prioritize that. Yeah. I know they're on auto search, but I'm a stickler for the detail here. One. I can't quite get this one. It's weird. It's weird that I can't. Well, I guess because these two are separate sections. That's why. And then that one. And I can't get to this one either, but it's okay. So we're going to want. This is what I was worried about right here, is having a train stuck on the track. I thought for sure I had done that fast enough, but it doesn't look like I did. So you are just stuck here. Can I have you go to the depot? Will you do that on this? I need to get you out of the way, and it might just come down to selling you because you are completely trapped on this. Well, that sucks really bad. Go. No, get off this track. I don't think it's going to. Yeah, it's going to stay here. It's not going to move. If I change the direction of the train, can I have you get out of here? Yeah, that sucks. I know that I did this without a train in this area, but there must have been one that was already, like, destined for this, right? Like, it has to go that way kind of thing, and I just messed up the timing. I think I need to sell this thing. I don't want to. The MV853 locomotive. Can I just, like, Control H it? There's got to be a better way to get this thing out of here. The only thing I can think of is I need the train builder, the track builders, to hit this segment first. You know, I need them to hit this segment. And this segment too. They need to hit this one and this one so that this guy can go. Yeah. All right, well, he's just going to sit there then. That's the only thing I can think of. Right here. Can you finish that? Okay. Well, and he can go. Okay, excellent. That's a really big relief. I was just like, I just screwed it all up, man. All right, good. So all this will happen. We'll get this done. Catenaries on the proper side. And then at that point, all of this electrify me symbols, all of these things, all the way out to here should go away, I think. And then this segment here needs done, but we're going to do that separately as well because this part here doesn't completely lock us out. We can still have trains go that direction. That's the whole point of the redundancy. So I can go ahead and have my track builders do that now, I think, on this side. So we're electrified out to, looks like here. Yep, that's already done. So we're electrified from here. We're going to go that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way out to that side at least. And we should see no trains on this side of the tracks. Indeed, no trains are over here going this way. And because of that, even if they were, they should deviate that way or go around this way. But now that we are doing this segment of track, it invalidates anybody pathing on this track here. So I need to get that done. So I think the whole thing just needs to be done now, right? So we'll do this side as well. 1, and then from there, and then all the way to there, and then all the way to there, and then, yep, all these little jobs, man. All the way out to where you're electrified, which is going to be to this point. I think that's it. Nope, one more. Yep, right there. Okay, that's electrified. So that's the job now for my track builders to do. So I'm just going to have this. And this is the kind of stuff I'm just doing over and over again until I get my oil fields done. Because the oil fields they are the thing that I care most about right now. I have to get oil under control before I can expand for more cars, before I can expand to having more people and supporting more people and new cities and all that stuff. I have to make sure that oil is completely taken care of. So, yeah. Gotta have my fuel system going. This thing is ready to rock at 70% quality source. Pretty nice. And I think it's completely connected. Yep. All the way up to this, then to the tank. And that tank is almost connected to this pump, which is connected to this and this. So we're very close to having at least some oil to start building up in reserve. All of these are done too. Fascinating. Okay, so at that point, I think I can have... Let's go ahead and have my helicopters maybe grab this as a higher priority. If this can be built, then all of these get to start running right now. And if all of these start running right now, combined with this needing to be done, it doesn't... Can't tell. It doesn't look like anybody's doing this. It's just 95 work days. I don't think anybody can get there fast enough, but I'm going to see if I can. 95 work days on that pipe. High priority. Can get that done, hopefully. And then all of these pumps can start saving up fuel too, or oil. And then when this tank gets full, I can begin to consider incorporating this stop into the plan, into my route and everything. Because we're really good on fuel here, but it's only because I'm not sending it to the other side of the map, and I need to send it to the other side of the map too. Yeah. Okay, so where's that other train? I don't think it's actually doing it right now. No, it's not. Okay, so it's just buying oil. I think we're going to have you go ahead. Yep, let's have you go ahead again. And load fuel. Wait till loaded. And then take it over here, which is about to open up eventually. We'll have you open it right there. Yep. And then unload your fuel. And that's your new route. So that's what I need you to do now. You have oil in inventory, so you're going here. But now when you get there, you're actually arriving right now, which is perfect. As you get here, this is the last delivery of oil that you're going to do, and then you're going to start taking fuel. All right, and we're going to switch this to high priority that direction, and we'll start dipping into our reserves just to provide a little bit more oil. Or sorry, a little bit more fuel to that side of the map because it's going to need it. I also want to talk... I said this in the City Skylines series, but not all of you guys who watch this game are watching that one, right? So I feel like I need to say it here too. Videos are slowing down for the holidays. This is pretty common on this channel. Right around Christmas time, videos kind of slow down for me. As a family guy, I spend a lot more time with family and driving around and shopping and fun holiday stuff, right? With the kids and stuff. I've spent a lot more time with my kids the last few weeks and than usual anyway. And that's all part of it. The holiday will do that. So yeah, I appreciate all your patience as you wait for new episodes to arrive. We're not doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday release schedule at the moment just because that's not attainable at the moment, but that's a temporary thing. I'm hoping to resume Monday, Wednesday, Friday with you guys, I don't know, within the next 20 days or so, right? Like, once the holidays are done, that kind of thing. So it'd be really nice if I can do that, but I can't promise it. Can't guarantee it, right? Yeah, I really don't like this. I really don't like how everybody's just bunched up right here. There needs to be some kind of solution that bypasses this. I am thinking maybe we have, if I'm coming off of this, right, with that tunnel idea, and I bring it around this way, I don't think there's a way for me to really get a tunnel into here, but I'm thinking maybe if there is, it would be a tunnel that comes out here and then merges on this side, and that gets them back into the same flow. But it would be one single tunnel and a bridge, I suppose, here. That gets really complicated, but it could be worth it because there's a lot of trains moving back and forth here. And if they don't want to deal with all the signals, they could have a more direct route going like that. But I don't know. We'll see. Track builders. Just need to get on this last segment, and then we're electrified all the way out to here, which is perfect. It's this segment here that's a bit more of an issue. Because this is a long segment of track, and there is an alternative to this, right? They can go this way, or they can go around that way, or they can go around this way, and they can still get in to the area they need to be. So from here to here, there are actually 2 alternatives, and it just extends the time that they're going to be traveling, but there are alternatives, and it's really close to the track builders as well. So it should be a fairly straightforward thing to do here too. So let's do that. We're going to say, we're going to have this segment started now too. So we're going to say that we wish to electrify. There's no reason to turn this way right now because the track's getting redone. So let's have that segment happen along with that segment there and there, all the way out to this point, and then also out to that point. And then once this train is out of the way, we'll queue it up to here. I don't want to block him. So we'll also do it to that point. There we go. And then that segment there. And then straight across this segment to there. While we're focusing on the rails and all that stuff, let's take a look at the roadways as well, because we have a lot of people waiting on this bus platform to go to work. And the hill actually has a fairly high unemployment rate. Most of our unemployed, in fact, are living right here. I don't know about most, but the biggest concentration of unemployed is up here. So what I want to do over here as well is I'm going to go over to my construction industry. We're going to get another construction office. I think we're going to maybe get like... let's get 2 6s. I was kind of debating on which way I wanted to go with this, but I think we're going to go 2 6s. All right. We'll place one, I think right here. Right here would be a good spot for it because it has power. I'm going to place another one on this side if I can fit it in. And I can right here. So we're going to place another one right here. And maybe we can make the road on the other side. That'd be nice. Okay, right like that. Okay. 2 construction offices are going to go in here as well. I was actually debating on not paving these things, but I guess we will. Man, I wanted this to connect with the roundabout directly, but that doesn't look like... There it goes. Right there like that, yeah. So we're going to get these things done. Let's go ahead and have these become high priorities for everybody. And what we're going to do is we're going to have some more work buses here. And we're going to make sure that our construction workers are coming from this source, because there's a lot of people here that need jobs, and we can get them from this source instead. Speaking of which, I have now switched this area here, this construction worker area here, to gather workers from this bus stop. All right, so now it's gonna grab them from here instead. I think that's great. We're also gonna come over to here and make sure that this one is grabbing them from a different source as well. We'll grab them from here. And so this is gonna allow us to have even more workers, and we're gonna concentrate buses coming up to this side to make sure that we can get this huge number of workers who are waiting but not working. Get them on buses, right? Put these people to work. And this is the reason why I've got so many workers in my train construction areas, and my oil refinery is looking pretty good here. We're ready for more oil. We're almost out of the oil supply that we have. So we're ready for that now. This is an old helicopter that is not getting repaired. It is 20 years old. It is sitting at wear and tear 100, and it's not changing. So I think we're done with this helicopter, unfortunately. It just doesn't, it's not going to work. So we're going to put it to the scrapyard. It's been sitting there for too long. This one here is at 42%. It's not being repaired, so this must be the limit on that. So we're going to send that back to work. I'm pretty sure that's one of these helicopters. Yes. And going on that note, we have another one right here that's broken down. We can swap out this one and place this one down in one of these spots there. There we go. Fixing our helicopters. All right. All right. Electrifying rail. I opted not to do this tiny little segment because that will affect these guys right now and being able to get in from this side. So it's really just this side I've been focusing on. And it looks to me like this isn't quite completed yet. There's still a segment here that is not done to getting power into it. That's interesting. I wonder what that is. Is it because I didn't do this side? I thought I did the cross. Didn't I do this section right here, or did I miss that one? I missed that one. That's what it is. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I need to do that. And then that one's done. So I did everything except that one. Fair. Okay. So you guys should hopefully auto assign yourself on that. But just in case, I'll go ahead and hit that. make sure that you are seeing it as a high priority. And that should electrify all the way up to here, as well as the curve into the distribution office, okay? Once that's completed, we're gonna have to start disrupting traffic a bit. Because up until now, it hasn't really been that much of a disruption, right? If they can't go this way, they just go straight and they go around where they're going. But now, I'm gonna start going this direction and then this segment. And there is no alternative for this stretch. There's no alternative route here. So as soon as I start trying to electrify this, it needs to be the track builder's sole focus, and I need max workers in there. Because once I shut this down, basically whatever's in here is what's in here, right? As far as deliveries. Now, all of the essential components that we need for survivability is already over here, right? It's clothing, it's alcohol, which we don't really need for survivability, but whatever. We have food, of course, and crops are being brought in by train, all that stuff. Chemicals are being delivered over here, but the thing we're not going to be able to do, and we're actually not going to disrupt it because of the way that everything is designed, we're also not going to disrupt crops deliveries either because it's a completely separate line, right? I never will influence, or I will never interfere with crops deliveries while electrifying my trains because I already started the crop delivery rail electrified, and it's completely separate from everything else. So as I'm electrifying this, I don't get in the way of crops, which means I don't stop food. All right, there's a reason for everything. I'm not sure what to think about this. I think I kind of want to make these one-way streets, you know? I think it needs to happen. There needs to be one-way streets here, man. Because there's too many buses coming in here, you know, from all sorts of different places. And this intersection is way too busy. I mean, I have a simple light here right now, but I'm kind of thinking maybe, I don't know, man. Like a simple light here may not be sufficient. Got a lot of people getting dropped off at this place though, because they go from here and they go all over the place, right? All the way back there even, which is great. Yeah, I could maybe, we're missing wood in the explosives factory. Am I not bringing wood in here? Is there no, did you just run out of your supply? You know what, here, since we don't have it, it doesn't matter. I'm gonna tell you guys to replace machines. All right, so just go ahead and replace the machines here while it's not working. I'm not sure about plastics. Plastics is like, it's cool, but it's sucking down all my chemicals. So I'm not able to ship as many chemicals around. So I have to balance this. Like, even though I have the workers, I can't hit this at 60 because I don't have enough chemicals coming in to do that. This will consume 3 tons of chemicals at maximum production. I don't have enough oil either. And this is the only building that has a pipe in for oil. So while this is running, it's sucking down all the oil from this too. So that's another thing to consider. I think I'm gonna bring this down to 15 so I don't use as many chemicals or oil. But I think also I could queue this up for machine replacement too. So we're gonna queue that up for machine replacement, which shuts down both of those buildings, but it's good, it's fine. People will go ahead and do it. I'm not really ready to replace this yet, but I think I am going to put in a rail station here. We're gonna probably get it situated to where all of these are broken down. The rail will come in from this side and drop people off right here, and then they'll be able to walk here, there, and to here, and then probably to the chemical areas as well, which will free up more of the people that are getting dropped off by bus to work in the refinery as well, because the refinery is not even half full. It seems like we got a lot of people going in there, not even half full. And eventually, I'm hoping, crossing my fingers, eventually we're going to have enough oil that it... oh, did we already deliver all the fuel? It looks like we did. We sure did. Yep. Let's switch this back to high. We have enough fuel in here to deliver next run anyway. And we're going to keep pumping this out, man. I'm digging it. I don't want to buy oil anymore, though. That's the only reason we have all this. Right, is because we're buying oil. I don't want to do that anymore. I do have a pretty damn good budget. But if I can have a better one, then why not, right? All right, I'm not seeing any big electrical symbols here other than right here, which is actually for this part right there, which is really not used very often, so we shouldn't have any problem with people getting in the way here. So I should be able to go ahead and do this one without much issue. And that will connect the electrified rail from here to here. And then these symbols can go away. And then, you know what? We could probably just do all of it. Yeah, because there's another route to get in there anyway. So we'll just go ahead and do both of these directions right now. And the track builders can electrify that. And now we are electrified all the way up to here. Very exciting stuff. It's about to go down. You might be wondering about this part here. And these stations, these, you've seen it in the past, but just in case, you know, you forgot. These rails react to what they're attached to. So as you can see from this, our electrified rail is here. And these are not electrified. But as soon as I electrify the segment next to it, this whole thing becomes electrified. I kind of get it for free. So that's nice. So as we bring things over here, we'll have it electrified. And we are going to also, unlike most everywhere else, we are also going to be electrifying any crossings here too. Because these trains use them to come in and then leave, or to bypass around, because these are two-way tracks right here. So they can come in from any direction and leave in any direction. All right, it's been a little bit, and all those existing constructions over there with the rail are done. We have all the pump jacks and stuff done over here too. And they even finished one of the wind turbines, which is fantastic. However, they finished one of the wind turbines, but these are going to start accumulating the oil. They're not going to send it to the tank. And that's because the pump that we're using to like combine all these into one so we can send it into the tank, the pump is not powered right now. So I forgot about that. I totally forgot about that. So the plan with all of these is to send the power into this, which is not completely built yet either. Doesn't even look like it was started. So we have to send it into this. So we're going to go into our electricity lines. We're going to go to the 0.5 watt stuff, or 0.5 megawatt, right? Yeah. And we're going to put that right there. Put this one right. Okay. How about F4? No, can't have it. Not allowed. All right. Sure. Yeah, sure. Whatever. You're really going to do this to me, huh? All right. Fair. You know what? Here. I can play that game. Cool. We'll just come from this side first. What are you going to do about that? You ain't got nothing. Nothing. You need to do shit. We're coming straight across this way and go there. We're coming straight across this way and go there. This one is going to come out and go like that. And then this one is going to come out. Looks like I have to cross the track. Ooh, oh, there we go. Underneath the track is fine with me. And then come down and connect like that. So all of these end up getting connected, but we definitely want this one first, and this one, I guess, because this one might get completed here. We definitely want this to be high priority. We're going to have these two here become high priorities as well. And then I need a... I guess I'll just use the 5 megawatt one. Although it's probably fine just to go above ground here. Yeah. We'll take the 4 megawatt line and above ground, and we'll bring it all the way over to this one. And I think I'm going to follow the tracks a bit more here. So we're going to go 1, 1, and then again all the way to about there, 2, and then we'll have it go right here if I can make it fit there so it's out of the way, and then there. Okay, so that will get us all that power to here, and then this is going to distribute all that power to substations. Now where will our substations go? Where will they be? Well, kind of want to take a look at spacing we've got here, and I'm hoping I can get... So I think I've already placed a couple of these. Yeah, I placed one over there. It looks like I never placed one here. Probably because there's no place where I get all of them. That sucks. You know what? I think I'm going to have just a little wind turbine built over here. Just a tiny one built over here to get these two. That's fine with me. We'll put a little one right over here, and that'll just be what powers this. Of course, if I do that, it's heavier maintenance than just having a substation, isn't it? Sure is. All right, we're just going to do it here instead. We'll go right there. And then that's going to cover those two, so I don't have to worry about that anymore. And then you can cover... man, I can't get those three either, huh? All right, well, fair. We'll go in and get these two, and we'll situate it maybe right here. That's fine. And then this one is going to get all of these powered if possible. Right? About there. Yep. And then this one down here can get these 3 pump jacks and maybe something else if it'll let me, but doesn't look like it. Nope. So we'll get these 3 pump jacks. Yep. Just like that. And then all of you over here will be powered by this. Now remember, this is not going to serve as a substation once I connect it here. So these need a substation nearby as well. And so we'll have this be kind of in the middle here somewhere. Right about here, I guess, is fine. That'll cover all of that. Okay, good. So that gets us all of our basic connections, I guess. Less than basic connections. We'll go 1.25 this way and connect like that. And then we can probably just do 1.2s everywhere else because they're not going to have as much stuff. So we'll run this line out this way and then down the road. And you know, I really don't want to go underground here, but I can't help but to think I'm kind of setting myself up for some redos because these roads are temporary. Because we're having nuclear power out this way, and I still don't know precisely where all those buildings are going to go. So it makes me think, even though it's more expensive, I should probably go underground just to be on the safe side, right? So I don't have to redo it. It's more expensive to make, but don't have to redo it. I feel like that's where I got to live here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. It's expensive as it is. I'm going to go ahead and do that. So we're going to have this one. I think this way is fairly safe. I'm not going to do the... I'm saying this now, but you watch. I'm going to have to do it anyway. I think this way is fairly safe, though. So we can take a 1.2 and bring it out this way. Say to here. Like that. All right. And then bring that to connect to this one. All right. Easy peasy. And we'll just have all of this stuff added to the helicopter's agenda so that they know what to do here. Not this, though. This side's not done yet. We're going to focus on the ones that we can get done, build, get oil started, and then the train can start doing it. Speaking of the train, real quick, let's find my train yard right there. Speaking of the train, I want to bring you... God, this rainstorm, it makes it hard to see, doesn't it? Oh, yep, it does. Over here. Where is my train track? Right over here. So I want this train to start making this line. And it hasn't done that yet. It needs to go there. Looks like it's got to go there first. Why can't you go here? Road connection doesn't exist. What? You built this. You built this. Why can't you build this? That's really strange. What? This makes no sense. Make it make sense, guys. Why can't they reach this? They can reach this one. And these two. It's got to be... really lost on that. Okay, whatever. At least you're going to be here. It's fine. And then, I guess once you're done with this one, you can reach this one. It's a very strange thing that's happening there. But, and then we can get this line going. I need this to be all done. It's okay if they can reach this one single line. It's one train coming in here and doing this, right? But eventually, I might have 2 trains and they need to tap into this, and I just want both of the tracks done for that reason, and that's really the only reason. So, yeah, and they're still going the alternative direction there. Okay, I think we're electrified. So it's time now to electrify our tracks up to this station. I don't really think there's going to be a quote-unquote best time to do this. Just as long as I don't have any trains trapped in this area, I think that's like the limitation here. That's the requirement. So we're kind of shutting down our entire supply chain right now. To know if it's the right time to do that, let's really quick check and make sure that Zarnowski has a good enough amount of food on standby. So 68 tons is pretty good. Good amounts of clothes. I like the amount of chemicals you have. Lots of food in here, so they're going to be fine. I think most of the other intermediate storages are going to be fine because this store is being directly supplied by this warehouse. All the rest of the mini stores around are being supplied by this one. They still have not. That's the cinema. I think I need to tear this down. I mean, I think I do. I need to tear this office apart. You know why? Because we can't patrol the crimes. I don't think we can anyway. I might be wrong on that, but because it doesn't have a road connection. It has the walking path connections, but I don't think it has the road connection. So, how's traffic build up here? Is it still bad? I haven't really focused on Zernovsky. I feel like I spent so much time on it that I want to just let it run and focus on other parts of my city. Right? I can't be too tunnel visioned as a mayor. So clothes is there. I think we can probably stop clothing. I mean, it will already be stopping clothing shipments. The moment I start to electrify this part, it shuts down everything. So I think we just do it. Yeah, I think we have deliveries in adequate positions. Real quick, I check on this one. I think too. Where is my right here? Yeah, plenty of food in there. I think we're good for a little bit. Why don't we start on? I think we could start on this part. That way we leave it running in this direction and they can still get around, but we do this part first, right? So let's have this part done and this part. We're basically shutting down this rail or access to that rail pretty much. So we'll go like this first and this one. Well, I guess I'm doing it all the way. I guess I'm doing it all the way. Fine. We'll go all the way to that part. And then if we're going to do it, then shit, we might as well just do it, right? Get all the way out to here. There we go. That's our next task. I'm not sure how the track builders are going to pull that off. I mean, they're going to take this route, right? They're going to get past this and then they're going to go like that. That's pretty much how that'll go down. So I'll have them do this one first and then that one. And then I think at that point, they can't really reach anything else. They can reach this one, I guess. Yeah. All right, we'll get them working on these. And this needs to be the only thing they're doing. Their highest priority. So I guess I kind of goofed on that, right? Because I just told them to do the other train tracks way across the way. But the good news is I've got so many track builders that I think I really can multitask it. After all, you can't have like 5. You're not going to have 5 track builders in this little segment here. So pretty sure I can handle it. All right, so we'll get the track builders to do this part too, while we're also waiting for the helicopters to build all of this stuff. And then real quick check on the hill to see if my offices are done. Well, the roads are. The roads are done. But that's it, though. We need the supplies and stuff to be delivered here. We need, yeah, our construction office needs to be on this as well. Maximum priority, please. We can get more buses in here. The number of workers is actually pretty fair. That's not bad. You know, it's not building up too bad. You know, the buses come in and take like 90 people. So that's pretty good. Although they're not really getting full. At 91 workers in this bus to the refinery. Pretty good. This one here is to the manufacturing stop where everybody goes to work here. This goes to the refinery. This goes to the manufacturing stop. And then we have just green buses all the time up to the hill. I like it. What I don't like is this. And I think this is why I need one-way streets here. Can't do one-way streets until we pave this. So let's just go ahead and have that done. Road crews aren't doing much right now. We'll just have this done. I don't like it because it's like 3 separate jobs, but it is what it is. We'll get you guys on this and then maybe helicopters can, nope, can't even do that. So we're just going to have everybody go ahead and do this. Yeah. And we're effectively closing down that road so that we can create a one-way street. Now, how would we do that? I think probably what I would do is let's have this side here be a one-way from left to right, because then they can come out this way and they can go that way, or they can cross and go that way. That's fair. So from left to right, which means this one's going to be from right to left. And if that's the case, then we're going to need a crossing here, or we can allow them to cross here, but nah, I have to have the crossing be here. Yeah. We need a crossing point here. We're going to build that too. And then make sure that our road crews are busy doing that too. And then that will also help the traffic flow for the parking lots as well, because they'll be able to get in, and all the roads will be one way in the parking lot areas as well. But I want to stop this bus madness here. So if I can do that, I can make it to where they're not waiting in line here. They're just coming from this side, and they're going to flow through, and they can just keep going, and everything just flows through. It also means that this road will no longer be a two-way. So from this street, I guess we'll have to make this... Yeah. It kind of messes up the plan here, doesn't it? I really do want this road to stretch all the way up. It requires me to break this rail to do it. That's the problem. Because the game doesn't allow me to do this because the rail's too close to the intersection. If I didn't have realistic mode, I'd just delete this real quick, make the road, and then redo the rail. And then I'd have the road being all the way up where it needs to be, because it just doesn't quite let me do... It'll let me do that, which is weird. But it doesn't let me do this. And I feel like I want to cheat and not... And like, let's just not do realistic mode and just really quick connect that. Oh, no. That's not what I want to do. Can I cancel that? No, not without demolishing the entire... No, it's fine. Whatever. Hey, you know, maybe we will have eventually connected this anyway. But, yeah. Oh, well, it is what it is. Anyway, so I'd love to be able to do that, because then I'd be able to take this road all the way up to this point. And this is a much more favorable point, because if I get rid of this electrical line, I could even have this kind of a triangle thing going on right here. And then everything could just flow differently. But... yeah, I think one of the other reasons why they're avoiding this road and they're favoring this one is just because it's gravel here. So if I pave this, once this is completely paved, which is now currently sitting at a high priority now, yeah, once it's paved, I'll probably have more people using this road, and these buses will probably even prefer to go this way, because if they can get here and then get on this road, yeah, they're still gonna have to. They're still going to have to go all the way around to get to this point, or to go there. They could continue through and then go this way. There's lots of different ways to get in here, so I don't really know what the traffic does. I might have to set custom waypoints for the buses so that they do this, which would be fine. If I had a custom waypoint for all the green buses, for example, just the green buses, that would be fine, because that takes away a lot of traffic that's coming in here. There's like 7 green buses or something like that. How many green buses are on this line? A lot more than 7. Okay, a couple more than 7. So we have 5 on the going to the platform, 3 on the way to the refinery, and then 1. Yeah, so a total of 9 buses. Unless my math is terrible. Don't do math on the fly while you're recording, kids. It's not healthy. I'm pretty sure it's... Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's 9. So 9 buses in and out of here. That's quite a bit. There's quite a bit of green buses in here. If I can eliminate those, I might be able to help the traffic situation a little bit there. How are we doing on electrification? Done. Done? Wow, that was quick. Yep, we're just done. Cool. All right, so we'll start this one now. So we'll go to electrification. And on this side, this is the part where we shut down distribution office. They cannot get back home if I do this. So that's why I wanted to wait, do it, and just do it all in one big go here. So this one and this one, and that's your only project now, track builders. So make it so just that part, because the distribution office cannot get home now. So everything is top priority for you. Go. Once we're done with that side, then we'll do this side, and that will prevent the distribution office trains from leaving. In fact, I probably should do that at the same time, because there's no point in leaving. Yeah, there's no point in leaving if you can't get home. And we can handle them both at the same time because we have enough trains. So let's just do it. This prevents all trains from getting out of here. So, yeah. Keep going. Did they just... Oh, right. The train that left to do this one can now not reach it anymore, so it despawned. So this one has to go first to do that segment, and now the other train can spawn in. That works. Now the other one can come out and do its job. So now they can leave very fast. Electrifying the train tracks are very quick once you have the concrete rail. It takes basically no time at all to do this. I'm just going to have you skip all... Yep, just get out of the way. I'm going to have you skip all the red lights. It doesn't matter. Now you're going to come down here, swap onto this train, and then go that way. No? Well, you don't have to swap this way. You're just going to turn around and then do that. That's fine, too. Speaking of that, I'm going to have you guys prompt that to happen now, too. So let's have this entire thing done right now. Yep, that side needs to be done, too. Ready, go. That side's going to get done now, too. Which I think, again, there should be auto-searching that, but just going to make sure that they do it quickly. There we go. Okay, so that's done now. Perfect. And everybody can get in and out. All right, we've electrified all the way to this point, and now we just need to electrify the rail into distribution, and we can technically get electric trains in distribution. They wouldn't be able to reach every destination, but we can at least have some electric trains in here to make the routes that they can make, right? So we're not going to go full electric. It's a transition, but we can at least get them. And that's a big help in our gas. Big help with the fuel that we're using, right? We don't want to... the fuel that we're using is... Let's have you go ahead and unload your fuel now. All right, there you go. Now we're not buying oil as much anymore, so we're going to have a deficit. Yep. That's going to keep happening until we make one more delivery. How's my stuff over here going? We got 2 wind turbines, which doesn't really help until the pump is connected. So we need the pump connected too. And then they did this. They didn't do it all the way, but they did it. And then they need to do the rest of these too. So anyway, I'm going to keep working on this. I'm going to keep letting it run. The video is getting a little bit long now. We are really good. We're doing really awesome. We made 4.5 million rubles last month alone. So everything is looking fantastic. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate your patience. We're not Monday, Wednesday, Friday anymore, but I'm going to try to release them as much as I can until the holidays are up, okay? I'll see you more regularly after the new year, but I'm going to kick out as many things as I can, and then my work schedule kind of starts to normalize shortly after January, okay? Thanks for watching. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.